change.
Cutting you off before we go there.
Yeah,
I am going to talk about my purchases real quick because I want to make this a point for some people just in case they're trying to learn. So the 19 units that I've mentioned 89 times.
Oh yeah,
it's finally closing today, which is exciting. Took it's really only a 9-day delay. That's really not that crazy.
That's not bad. No.
Anyways, the thing I really want to point out with it is on closing day, myself and the broker overlooked the fact that the bank had decided to do a holdback because they didn't feel the cash flow was there. So I have an appraisal that's actually higher than the purchase price. And we had agreed on everything 25% down. And on the front page of your mortgage document, it shows a 75% loan. Like it shows the full amount. 3 pages
Gotta read the
deeper.
fine print, Neal.
Yeah, 3 pages deeper on this 80-page document, they talk about how due to the fact it doesn't maintain cash flow, they're actually going to hold back $50K. And I was doing a refi at the same time, and they're holding back $50K off of that as well. So $100K total.
Till what? What are they waiting for?
Well, this was my thing. And so I was like, oh, and they said it's due to the fact that we're concerned about making payments. And so I'm like, okay, so you're putting the $100K into an interest reserve? No. A payment reserve? No. So my payments are still due in full.
And $100K less on your payments is what, $500?
Maybe.
So they're worried about
$350. Yeah, $400.
That's more
Let's say 500 or 600, whatever. But like regardless, it's irrelevant money really in its grand scheme of things.
It is. Yeah.
And then on top of that, now I have $100K less in my checking account to make those payments. So for me, it made no logical sense at all. But this is what can happen on some of these deals, and this is why.
That's a pretty key oversight.
That is a key oversight, and it was due to the pressure that was kind of taking place to try and get everything closed. But I kind of get how it happened because, again, it wasn't on the first couple pages that outline everything that you're getting. It was further buried down. Like so, we both like everyone missed it until closing day.
The lawyer, because the lawyer would have the actual mortgage instruction package.
The lawyer called me and was like, "There's a $100K holdback. I don't really know what for." And they were like, because she said she requested the funds. And they landed, but they were missing a bunch of money. And I was like,
short $100,000.
They were short $100,000, and I was like, what? I don't know. So, anyways, it's just these are things that come up, and it does happen on single family homes and regular purchases too. But usually, it's a few $1,000s. In this case, as you go up and up, it gets to be more. So, it's just something to be considerate of like when you're buying and making these investments.
But again, like
make sure you get a bit of wiggle room because
they're going to say
things like this can happen.
Once you get the rents up a little bit more towards market, then they're going to release those funds. Is that the idea?
That's what I'm literally working through that right now. I haven't been able to get an answer because someone was here, someone was there, and we're just trying to get closed. So I dropped the money off, get it closed, and then I'll figure it out.
You were looking at pivoting between a lender that you'd worked a lot with recently.
Yes.
And then someone you were trying new who kind of was dropping the ball on this. So
and they dropped it completely.
They dropped it completely. So you pivoted back to these other folks that you had this longer relationship with.
Yeah. And they were great. They stepped in fast and everything, like the term looked almost identical, and except for that, basically that clause. That was like the one thing. And there was mention of it, but never of the exact dollar values or what exactly they were doing. And like I said, with all the other companies, they've done what's like an interest reserve, where then it makes sense. Okay, so we're concerned you're not going to
aside.
We're concerned you're not going to make the payments or be able to make the cash flow. So we're taking it now and we'll put it against your payments. That's what the other banks have done when I've bought properties like this. In this case, they just said, no, you just got to put it down. I'm like, okay, so like you said, my payment's now down $500 a month. But the total payments it's like...
Yeah, the $500 is going to be...
No, exactly. It's over 31 units, so the $500 is irrelevant, really.
Right.
So...
Bummer.
Anyways, long story short, we're getting her closed up. I'm still kind of fighting with them because I want to get that $100K released through a draw or something because I said we bought this as a construction project. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But anyways, still excited. It's going to work out well.
Me and Tanner are going to loan you the money at 13%. That was our big plan. But
it's cheaper than I usually pay.
When I was broke, I had rich habits. When I was broke, I had rich habits.